Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with the readings for the Cancer season for the Cancerian idols. So today is the turn of NCT leader of Taeyong. So yes, we are going to be reading for him today. So yes, let's begin. He got the cards of the Judgment, Page of Swords, Free of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Death card. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Jupiter in Virgo, Patience. Very, very mercurial kind of reading this time for Taeyong. Definitely with the Judgment, there's something that there's like a recent past or recent past events that Taeyong had been like facing personally, that it had made him feel aware of a lot of things in his life, in his lifestyle, maybe in his routine. I think he's becoming aware of something that like somehow he has like sort of like had an awakening, and he had started to see things from another perspective and also learn a lot about himself and others. But also this need to maybe to get more protective of his interest. Um, But still, I believe that he's very naive to certain things. I don't know, and I think I said this during one of my lives. I pull cards for him when it comes to his solo project. Um, that I got very similar cards back then about how he somehow was in this kind of bubble about like actually keeping him in a bubble, so he wouldn't like realize that I don't know, there's something about them not wanting to let him know that like they want to give him this positive image, like everything is fine, like everything is perfect, like like he is perfect, like he is like I don't know, they give him this sort of a speech where they want to give him like they do not want him to worry about probably the future of the group or the future in general, so they like somehow sugarcoat a lot of things. But I think that he's slowly starting to realize, because of everything that is happening around him, he's starting to be more observant of a lot of things that are changing. And I think that probably in the past he was like, oh, these things that are happening, they would never happen to me, but somehow he doesn't feel that special anymore. And I think that this is a huge realization for him. It's a huge change of paradigm for him and his life in general. Um, of him probably, thinking like, what if it happens to me? What if one day like everything I work for it's over, or I have to like make a decision, like he's starting to question a lot of things in his mind on his own, because this is also another thing, he cannot share it with others because you know he is a leader, so these are like very personal observations about maybe what's going on with NCT system, and the people that were like taken out of NCT, and the people that are coming, and things seem a bit like not so. Things are not that clear anymore for him, and he's like, and probably he's like starting to not like some people's decisions, so he's like, but he has this very like this conflict within himself, because he's like, but they are nice to me, or they give me everything I need, so my experience is positive. But when it comes to others, it seems like things are not okay. So he probably has like a sort of guilty conscience, like, oh, maybe I should have said something, I should have done something. But definitely he's, and also, I think that here we start with the card of the judgment card. And I think that he strongly fears judgment. He fears that people will judge him in the future, like about like, where were you when this happened? Um, so he's like, I have to start realizing this. I have to work with this in my mind. I have to somehow come up with a solution. Um, Here with the Page of Swords, definitely he doesn't have much information. That's why I have the feeling that they keep him inside a bubble, because he doesn't know that much about things, or he's not that, like, when big decisions are made around NCT, he's not present somehow. So he feels like he's missing a lot of things. He's missing out a lot of things, and important details. So he's like, oh, maybe, I'm not that special. Um, but yes, with the Three of Pentacles in the middle, he is ready to get back to work. He probably is already working with the members, Um, he never stops working, like, but in here, it's not about his individual project. It's more about like working on a new comeback with the rest of the group. And I think that he's centering his energy, and probably the rest of the year he's going to center his energy on this. Um, but I think that we are going to see a Taeyong that is it's going to be different to the Taeyong we know. Um, in, in a sense that he's realizing a lot of things. Um, and also, I think that because when I pull cards for him and the solo project, I mean, I did get positive cards, but I didn't know, like, I felt like he was disappointed in the results that he got of that solo. He maybe expected more, and I think that also here with the first card, the Judgment, and the Page of Swords, there's this feeling of like, um, I wish I would have done better on my own. Like, I really wanted this project to do better. Like, I had expectations, and I didn't think, like, I wanted more. So somehow that's also another observation that he has. Um, Probably being a bit disappointed at something, or at some. I don't think it's the promotion, because I believe that he got promotion. Just that there's something about, maybe the audience not being that. Like, I know the fans voted a lot, but, maybe he didn't get the numbers that he wanted. He's very frustrated on this. Um, but but I think that it's not frustration. It's more about him realizing, like, there's something. There's this sort of phrase in my head that is like, I'm not that special. I guess I'm not that special. There's something like that. There's like this strong feeling of. It's not that he's sad, but he's like, he's a bit like apathic. He's like, oh, I was supposed to be excited at this, but then I ended up disappointed. So I think that he's going to focus on the group. Um, but yeah, here with the priest and the death card, these two are very strong major arcanas, very strong major arcanas. I think that he's going to get some information. He's going to learn about something. He probably knows a secret. He knows a secret or two, maybe about the company. Um, maybe you know he was like um, he someone shared this secret with him. Mm, there's something that he knows that is changing everything in his career, in the way he perceives his career, in the way he perceives maybe the group, maybe, and this is not about the other members. This is something that maybe has to do with the company and a lot of things that are happening that seem very shady and disorganized and a bit like um, for us the fans, a bit disrespectful, in the sense that, you know, they get some members out, they put some others, and you don't understand. And I think that probably he will find out something. He will know something. And here with the death card, I'm like, I think that he's going to prepare himself for a possible change in his career. Because with the death card, it's like he knows that something is coming to an end. You know, maybe there, because of the modifications of the group, there's something that is changing and is, but for him it's like, I better stay silent. I better do not tell others what I know. But I have to think about myself. I have to think about my own future. So I think that he will slowly try to, maybe in the future focus on more individual things, or just think about, other possible individual projects, and just, start taking another different path than just being NCT's leader. Um, I think that from the moment he finds out about this secret, or this information that is secret, I think that he will never see things again, like the same way he was like seeing things. This is why I was like, I was a few months ago. I was getting this this change in Taeyong's perspective. I definitely had the feeling that they were keeping him in a bubble. They were keeping him like somehow like praising him and being very positive in their speech towards him, but not letting him know that there were some things that were being changed, or there were some changes that were introduced, and like probably no one asked him for his opinion nor feedback, and these are the things that is like, okay, like if you introduce so many changes, like maybe I should be there, you should like somehow ask me what I think about it, how do I feel about it. There's definitely here, like if this is about NCT and the future of NCT and the work of NCT, um, I think that Taeyong doesn't feel like an emotional connection to this. He's like very much on alert. This year and this month is going to be months of like, okay, I there's a lot of things happening around me. He will keep working, of course. He will keep providing the good teamwork that he has with the members. But there's going to be a lot of changes happening around him and very close to him, very close. So he's like also like preparing himself and remaining in silence, because he feels the change is coming, and he feels like, okay, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time I prepare myself for my future. Like, who am I outside of NCT? What am I? what is my vision of my future. You know, I think that here with the death card, there's a lot of mystery. Also, there's a lot of like um, very very important things in his life coming to an end. So I think that he's like, I have to just, you know, not judge this that is going on and just take it. Because probably there's a part of him that wants a change. Maybe he wants a change because he had been noticing that there are some things that don't feel, he doesn't feel the same excitement or motivation. So, I don't see cards that indicate, like, I don't know, like, oh, I'm excited, I'm satisfied, I'm thrilled about this. No. It's more about duty and responsibility. It's more like, okay, I have to be there for the members, or I have to be there to keep the teamwork, the dynamic going. But there's not like much involvement in his individual self. There's something. Um, I think that also with this high priestess, I think that because he had been like somehow kept in the dark of a lot of things, like he had been like somehow excluded of knowing very important things, he's going to become like private himself. He's going to start to become like silent and reserve himself. He's not going to share that much, he's not going to say that much, and I have the feeling that he's going to learn a very important secret of the company or of something, and he's going to keep it. Like, he's going to keep it, and he's like, I'm going to save this information for the future. So I believe that maybe he gets this information from someone that had been in the industry longer than him, and he's like, okay. But yes, a lot of things have changing in Taeyong's life, a lot of things. And then from the oracle, he got the card of Jupiter in Virgo, patience. So yeah, it's all about basically like organizing his thoughts. Like, I don't think that this situation worries him or makes him feel anxious. I think that he just is going to be patient. He's going to be patient, definitely. Um, because with the Page of Swords, I believe that maybe in the past he did care, in to say something. He was like, okay, like, maybe I have to say something to defend myself or defend the group or defend the company. I don't know. He used to be so loyal to a lot of things, and now he's like a bit like numb about what's going on, and I think that also here with the Three of Pentacles in the middle, there's this sense that he also doesn't have much time to stop and reflect about his career, because honestly there's a lot of work on the way. He is busy, probably he's recording with the group. So, this is something that also when he thinks about NCT or when he thinks about his work, he's like, I'm always working. So, I cannot complain because I'm always working on something. So, but I think that nevertheless he's slowly escaping from this bubble that he was kept in for so long, and he's like looking, below, looking at the impact of some decisions that had been made and some changes that had been introduced, and probably there's going to be more changes on the way, and he has to prepare himself. But also with the High Priestess, there's this sense of like, okay, like, you better go inwards. Like, this is not about him doing something about it. This is not about him resisting or fighting or opposing someone. No, this is more about go inwards, like connect with yourself, connect with silence. The card also of patience, be patient, You know, your moment will come, you know, you will have a moment, but for now, just remain calm and remain in your place. Like, do not overreact, do not say anything. Like, and I think that probably this is something that is very is a sort of feeling that is very much in the air of of not NCT, of SM artists. You know, about like whatever you know or whatever thing you find out, like don't say anything. You know, don't say anything. Just a bit of like act dumb, act as if you are clueless about things, you know, and keep it to yourself. Keep that information to yourself. It will be useful in the future, not now. So yeah, guys, this is all I have for Taeyong. A year of a lot of work, you know, the next 6 months of a lot of work, also a lot of patience. He has to be patient. This is not the moment to react. But yes, a lot of changes are coming in his life, definitely. So yes, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.